Welcome back to building a bag, specifically my bag. I'm not going to go straight to mid-ranges because I like to have that technical 1-speed in my bag. So I've got a variety that I want to test out today. So we'll start, I've got two different bergs. I've got a K1 soft berg and a K3 berg. I bagged and thrown the K3 berg a lot, so I want to see how the K1 soft one compares. And then specifically to these Lone Star Discs armadillos. I have one in alpha and one in Bravo plastic. The alpha being stiffer and the Bravo being a little bit flex. You can flex it a bit more. I also currently bag this armadillo. So I want to see how those compare, especially to the bergs. Then the last two, just a DX polecat and then an MVP glitch. I've got a bit of a headwind here. I'm going to throw the bergs first. Do the K3 berg first. See the K1 soft berg compares. I'm going to try and do the same thing, just relieve it flat. A little bit more hyzer. Stood up a little bit, but then came back. Probably similar distance on those two shots. Then we'll do the same thing with the dillos. We'll throw the alpha first. A bit flippier, but released it early. Can't change that. For the Bravo armadillo, especially in this headwind. The wind flipped it way over. A bit glidier than in the berg. I think I got a little bit more distance out of it. All right, time for the polecat and the glitch. Do the polecat first. Ooh, polecat flipped up nicely. No fade at the end though. See how the glitch compares. Last time I threw when I turned it over, and this headwind is not going to make it any easier, so see how just how far I can get it. Oh, perfect turn. Not how far that compares to the other ones, but good shot. Farthest from the clump is the Alpha Dillo. These are where these discs are really going to shine in the upshots. Okay, I like that. See if we can't maybe run the basket with this K1 soft berg. I like how it feels. A much different feel than the K3 berg. Just gonna go straight at it. Well, I was straight at it, but killer glide. The Bravo armadillo, K3 berg, and the glitch all kind of landed in the same spot. So at least that's consistency, I guess. Right, K3 berg. I can't go around the tree. I got around the tree. Go around the tree again, see how stable this glitch is. I'm assuming not. Well, that's not even around the tree. Hit that tree. Got the polecat the farthest. It seemed to be the glidiest of the bunch, at least. From there being a 3 glide. No return stability at all, though. Okay, now I want to test the Anheuser turnover capabilities for these discs. Because these should, because they're 1-speeds, all just hold their line. Basket's down and on the right at about 200-ish feet. See if I can get any of these actually on an Anheuser, though. Definitely did not hit the tree on the first throw. Jeez. Seemed almost too stable. Try putting more Anheuser on this K3 berg. Good Anheuser. A little bit more height though. I can't feel like I can just rip that over on Anheuser. Or I can't rip it flat and trust it to turn over. But the berg is too stable to do that. Go to the armadillos again. These I should be able to do that with. I should be able to just rip these flat and trust it to turn over. That's what I've seen it do before. Well, it did. It did do that. Got a little bit too inside though. That one does like to turn. But I threw it low. Can't get the glitch or the polecat to do what I want. Ah, you tried. Dang. Glitch has some weird, like, late flight flip for me for some reason. Alright, well, here comes some more upshots. Or do I? Maybe I'll try and run the basket. These are 1 speeds. At the pin. Except I have to go around. And I hit a tree. Still low. I can just go straight through it. That's okay. The glitch I can just kind of, might be able to just kind of like float it at the basket. I can. Oh no, this berg is not in a good spot. Guess we gotta forehand the berg. Oh, hit the pin. This berg, I can just go straight at with. The cage. Oh, I hit the pin again. And Alright, I wanted to come to a field to test out these discs a little bit more. I don't think the course does these discs justice. I'm going to try them on a couple of different lines, each of them. Kind of see how they do more open without any trees obstructing view or anything kind of like that. So, we'll start top down with the polecat and the glitch. These two seem to be two glidiest ones I have. We can also test some kind of mid-range distance with these as well. Turned a little over. Very dead straight. That's what I expected the polecat to do. The polecat turned a little bit at the end. It's a little unique. Didn't expect it to turn that late. Alright, now we're going to go to the Lone Star Dillos, see if there's any difference in the plastic. Okay, flat to turn. That's just enough hyzer to keep it at that hyzer angle. I'll have to try that one again. Alright, now onto the bergs. Do the K3 berg first. Alright, flipped up a little. Alright, I liked all of those. I'm going to throw in the landmine with this as well. Although it's branded as 2 to 3 speed, I'm throwing it in because it feels very similar to a berg. I'm very inclined to just call it a 1 speed, even though it's not branded as 1 speed. So that's why I'm throwing it in. Yep. Very similar to the K1 berg. The main reason I wanted to come out here is because I like to have 1 speed in my bag for like low speed and hyzer shots. Well, some of these like to turn over at higher powers, which I guess is a good thing if you want that. Some of these don't. All right, I honestly don't think the landmine can do this shot, but just for comparison's sake. Yeah, a lot of height. Very overstable though. All right, well, I like all these discs, except for really the polecat. I can see its utility. I can see where it shines. It's got a lot of glide. Will hold anhyzer shot perfectly, and even some hyzer shots, or maybe just some dead straight shots. But a very utility disc for those either short up shots that you just need to go and sit right under the basket for a nice tap in, or for who knows what. A glitch also has its uses. Very similar to polecat, and I'm sure you've seen a review for this thing somewhere, where it's got a deeper rim, flies very much like an ultimate lid. Again, holds the anhyzer lines, holds flat lines, doesn't really hyzer out at any point or dump at all, but for its intended purpose as like a throw and catch disc, it's a great disc. We'll skip ahead to the Bergs and the landmine, because I feel like I can kind of group these together. There's this K3 Berg, very straight, will hold anhyzer lines. Because of that tricky stability it's got, it will always like fight out and just hit flat, so you won't have to worry about it like cut rolling anywhere or anything. Very good for like those like nice dead straight shots, and then if you want it a little left, you just throw it flat. Maybe with a little bit of anhyzer, it'll fight out if you need just that little bit extra distance. Very good 1-speeds though, which leads me to the landmine, where again branded as like a 2 to 3 speed, and definitely at the 1-speed range is very overstable. Even like 2 to 3 range is more overstable than you would really expect it to be. But at least I know that this is going to be like an overstable approach disc. This is not as beefy, but for this speed range is pretty overstable. As for the two armadillos, I can't really see a huge difference between the Alpha and Bravo plastic. I'm used to this Alpha Dillo, and I know it'll flip up all the time, or can turn over and will hold those anhyzer lines. And even just the little bit of hyzer angles, it will hold, maybe flip up a little bit, but then come back at the end. And it won't dump a huge bit. It'll kind of sit because it's branded as, has a tube glide, so a little bit more than a Berg, so you can get a little bit more distance out of it, but won't dump nearly like as far to the right or the left as maybe a Berg would, or any other, again, any other overstable approach disc. I'll probably end up cycling through this Bravo and Alpha Armadillo because it's nice plastic. I kind of prefer it to cast plastic for the Bergs, at least for this slot in my bag. I'm familiar with it. Now I've had this in my bag for a while, so this is probably what'll stay. So for now, this is what I'll keep in the bag. So next time will be mid-ranges.